So, hi everybody. Can I just take a few moments to talk to you about the faithfulness of God and you and me being faithful in the small things? Because Jesus promised us that if we can be trusted and faithful to be faithful in small things, He will trust us with many things, with much things. But in the process of that, sometimes we've got to watch our lives, because if we're not careful, our lives can get very, very filled up easily. And life doesn't slow down. We live in a very, very busy world. And we need to recognize that not every opportunity that comes our way is from the Lord. What's important for us is to be faithful in the things that God has asked us to be faithful in. The small things sometimes that we think are maybe insignificant or invaluable, but actually they're qualifying us to encounter and for God to trust us with more. Problem is that I find that there's many Christians now that are just so busy. Their life is filled with all kinds of what you might call legitimate responsibilities, family, work, church responsibilities, but they're not happy. And sometimes, if we get things out of order, we have to re-examine our life to ask ourselves, what is it that God has asked us to do? What is it that God has called us to be faithful in? Because He wants to supply the strength and the ability for us to do it. He does not want us to be functioning out of our own strength. Whatever you do, whether it's you're at home, raising a family on your own, or in a workplace, or you're serving in a church, whatever it is you're doing, God wants you to do it by His strength, by His ability. And that comes out of a relationship with Him. But if we're not careful, life can become so busy that we end up compromising our relationship with God and the time that we desperately need to receive a supply, so that when we go to be faithful in our responsibilities, we're not doing it out of our own strength. That's what's going on with Martha. That's why she was so unhappy and so miserable. But Mary, her sister, she took time to sit and receive. Because when you've received a supply from the Lord, then you can use that supply to be faithful in raising your children in the workplace, serving in the church. And then you're not doing it by your own strength. You're not stressed out up to the eyeballs. Come on, there is a grace. This treasure we have in earthen vessels. The supply is inside. And so we've got to make sure that we don't become so busy that we're not having our personal relationship. We're not taking time to feed on the Lord. And Jesus said, you shall worship the Lord your God, and Him only shall you serve. Notice it's the worship that comes first. Before you and me do anything, God wants to have you. He wants your heart. He wants you to spend time with Him. And out of that relationship with God will come a supply that's easy. My yoke is easy. My burden is light. God doesn't want you to be stressed out to the eyeballs, so busy managing 12 different balls in the air. Something's wrong somewhere if that's you. Not every opportunity that comes your way is an opportunity that God has given. You need discernment to know what is it God wants you to do and what does He not want you to do. And then what He wants you to do through the supply and the strength that He gives to you. That way it becomes easy and you don't become overwhelmed. You don't become heavy and depressed, but there's a lightness and a joy. And that, of course, is a great testimony, because you can't take any credit for it. And you're a happy bunny. So I hope this has been a blessing to you. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.